Thank you for tuning in to The Reading, produced by Black Spectrum Network. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get the latest updates on this channel. You can purchase a private psychic reading by going to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. If you want spiritual guidance, if you want to learn how to work with your ancestors, or if you're interested in deepening your spiritual experiences, subscribe to our Patreon. You can get these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. That's patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. We're going to go ahead and shuffle these tarot cards to do Steve Harvey Reloaded. Okay, so I have basically collected questions from the Steve Harvey reading that I did about a year ago, and there was a lot of stuff that you all said that I missed or whatever, but it was still a really good reading. We're going to just do an update on Steve to see what's up with him. Okay, so has Steve ever cheated on Marjorie? The cards are like, yeah, okay, so yes, he has. Yes, he has cheated. Yes, she does know about it. No, she doesn't care. And I get that she refrains. It's one of those things that they refrain from speaking about, per se. I feel like he has had, in the past, he's had, like a little girlfriend that, it's like, I got this little girl that, clearly she's not just my assistant. And I get that Marjorie doesn't care that he has. And if he does, it's with women that are younger, women with long hair, and they could either be black, and he likes light-skinned women. What else do I see? They're pretty much saying Marjorie doesn't care. It's like, I don't see shit, I don't hear shit, I don't know shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me, really. But I mean, if that's what he wants to do, then that's what he wants to do. I feel, this is what I feel about Marjorie. And I don't really know much about Marjorie Harvey, but according to these cards, it's pretty much like, as long as there's money coming in, she's good. And she understands, it's like, she understands why Steve may need an extra pair of hands or lips. And in her understanding that, it's just kind of like she has this all men cheat sort of understanding about her relationship with him. She's pretty much like, as long as the money's flowing in, our relationship is good. She meditates a lot. So she meditates to keep her mind clear so that she can remain focused on her goal. She feels like the idea to entertain the idea of her husband cheating is to distract her from the greatness that God has for her. She's like, I've got to keep thinking about my future, got to keep moving forward. The spirit has a lot for me to a lot more for me to understand about my marriage. I'm very happy, and we have another trip planned very soon. That's not really something that I should be thinking or talking about right now. I have to maintain my positive thoughts. So Marjorie is someone that loves to, she uses spirituality to develop, I guess you could say she uses her spirituality to tune out the reality that she lives in. Okay, so does he blame Marjorie for his downfall? Now, why do you all think that this question would come about? Because I have a friend that asked this question. I'm like, why would this need to be a question? Do you all think that Marjorie is to blame for Steve Harvey's downfall? Does he blame her for his downfall? I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, he does. He feels like she hasn't really contributed anything to his career. He's like, you've been a good. He feels like he's like, you've been attached to me at my right arm. Like, we stand at the hip to each other. But what do you do? That's what he's asking himself. And he feels like he's like, maybe you should have gotten on a reality TV show, or something. And, perhaps we could have had our own special together, but you weren't pursuing those things. He feels like he was made to be the breadwinner, and she took the trophy wife title extremely seriously. I'm also saying here, where the cards are pretty much saying that people don't really care for Marjorie Harvey behind the scenes, and it's like they don't really care for Steve Harvey either, but they put up with both of them. Marjorie is a lot. She's nicer than Steve, but I get this energy that she's still a B cuss word, or she's still like. And I get that they say that Steve Harvey's a bigger B cuss word, but he blames her. Yes, he blames her, but is she to blame? No, he feels like she spent a lot of money that they haven't saved the right way, that the opportunities are not rolling in the way that he planned for them to. She's supporting him, rubbing his back, telling him that everything's gonna be okay, and he's like, "Bitch, give me an idea. Bitch, go get some. Go sign a business deal. Like, we both need to stay afloat with each other." So, why is he blaming her? He's blaming her because he feels that she should have resisted him enabling her. He feels like she should have spoken up more. She should have said no a lot more frequently. Now, Steve Harvey, when he's in love, he gives, and gives, and he feels like she could have been a wiser wife and given him more direction in his life, and he feels like she was supposed to see she was supposed to be looking and basically checking my blind spots, and she didn't. And we wouldn't be here if we were working together as a team. And he's like, he's pretty much like, I captained this ship. You were supposed to, I captained it and I steered it. All you had to do was make sure that we weren't going to run into any storms, and you didn't make sure of that. Okay. So let's see. Why was he fired from his 2 shows? So I don't know what the 2 shows are. So I'm just going to say this side is going to be show 1. This side is going to be show 2. So show number 1, he got fired from show number 1. Show number 2. What's interesting is that the cards are pretty much saying the same thing for both sides. So for show number 1, there was a decrease in the ratings. There was also a decreased interest in who Steve Harvey was, and there's this stigma that the network couldn't seem to. You see this particular card? What I'm looking at is this smoke right here, and that smoke is the stench of Steve Harvey, and they're just like, some people are picking up on something ain't right with him. Something doesn't smell. Something in as Phaedra says, something in the buttermilk ain't clean. So it's a lot of women executives. I see that they wanted to help him to attract more female viewers to his show, but I see that he was being stubborn about it, feeling like, I've been the king of media, I can do this, I know what I'm doing, and my show is doing extremely well, and y'all are just trying to control things and trying to nitpick at me. The thing is that Steve didn't listen to the network, and he didn't respond to them in a way that indicated he was going to cooperate with their plans for how they wanted to grow the show that they gave to him. So with that being said, I see this as a battle of wits. This being about control, them feeling as though they couldn't control Steve Harvey and get him to do what they wanted him to do, which was to sincerely try to rebrand yourself as someone that is more tolerable towards a women's audience, because that's who we have to target. That's who you have to compete with. And I hear Wendy Williams and then bringing him up. Now, for the second job, the reason that he got fired, they felt like he was lazy. They felt like, they're like, you are formulaic. Whatever, the game has changed. You are not ready to be hip to the culture in a positive way, and it seems that you want to do your own thing. They were telling him this 1990s moderate or conservative black person is not going to work. Maybe that is who you are. Perhaps it was possible in the past, but it's not. Perhaps it was profitable in the past, but it's not now. They are also saying the network also felt like there were too many rumors swirling around about his private life that he never really wanted to investigate either. And they're like, we can draw in extremely high ratings to this show if you're willing to speak about some of the things that people are curious about, especially in regards to let's see, his kids from from previous marriages, his wife and her kids, and and what his true desires are. Why is he, because Steve Harvey has been married 3 times. You know what I mean? So they're like, why do you go after what you want, and when you stop wanting what you want, why is that? When you stop wanting it, why is that? They want him to address his ever-changing desires, especially in regards to women, okay? Oh, wait. Whoops. Glad that candle was out. Make sure that y'all don't make sure it's better to burn. As you can see, this candle is just eating itself alive right now. It's probably going to drip onto this beautiful fabric. Nevertheless, we want to know, are Steve and Marjorie separated or divorcing at this time? Are they separated or are they divorcing? What do you all think? Do you think they're separated or divorcing? Do you think that they need to separate or divorce? I feel like all marriages, like once you're married, it's like, bitch, we're not getting unmarried. Let's work this out. Are they separated or divorcing? The cards are saying that as of right now, they're on a united front because they feel like financially it's better for them to work together than to be apart. But I also see here where if they don't separate from each other, she's going to continue spending money. It's going to be money going out, no money coming in. And I'm seeing that that's going to start frustrating Steve. He is cheating on her at this time to deal with the lack of what he feels is a lack of understanding in the relationship. He feels like he's gotten older. You don't understand me. And he's also like, he's very serious. He's incredibly serious right now about trying to get another job venture or career venture started, and he's not really devoting as much time to the intimate portions of the marriage. And I also see where throughout all of this, Marjorie's still like, she's still with her girls, looking good, being fly, and he's like, look, I'm just putting the chips in the air. They're not communicating with each other right now about where things are going. They're operating separately from each other, but they're not separated. They're on a united front as far as the public goes. They're going to say that they're still together. I do see in the future, however, where there's a financial, like there's going to be something involving Steve Harvey owing a financial debt. And I feel like this is going to be the media trying to pick apart Steve Harvey and force him to change if he wants to stay in the industry. It's like, if you're going to be, you can only be but so different before we're about to start exposing you. And we're going to start telling people who you really are and what things are really, what things are going on. What things are like for you financially. I see Steve Harvey taking another deal, but another TV deal. I see it coming for him, but I don't see it lasting long. And I don't see it lasting long because of basically people's reactions to it. And them they don't feel it like that. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to generate enough interest. But they're saying that as of right now, they're not separated from one another emotionally. They are separated in terms of geography, that he's in one place, she's in another place, and they communicate on the phone. When they're out and about, they know to smile with each other and to take the pictures. But let's see, are they headed towards divorce? Because this isn't giving me a clear enough answer. Are they heading towards divorce? Steve is not really thinking about it right now. He's not thinking about divorcing her because he's mainly focused on trying to secure a new show, and he doesn't want to generate he doesn't want to generate any nasty attention, is how he would put it. But he's cheating on her. He's pretty much moved on from the relationship emotionally. He's like, look, you're not going to understand me. You probably never going to understand me. And I'm in this on my own financially. And how does Marjorie feel? How does she respond to that? She's pretty much like, hey, I mean, if that's what you got to do, then I understand. You know, you're the man of the household. I'm going to listen to you. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But baby, I've got me and my girls, we're about to go. So I'll see you later. You know, she gives him his space to let him think things through. So let's see. What do they argue about? Because I want to know, what do these motherfuckers be fighting and arguing about? Okay, I'm going to just let this card fall. The affairs that he has. She's like, don't get none of these girls pregnant because that's going to be the end for you. And he's like, why does this even matter? Like, why would you say something like that? And she's always like, just make sure you don't, because you see how they're going to prey on you, Steve. They're preying on you, Steve. And he's looking for some understanding at this time. That's mainly what I see. He's looking for understanding, and he has basically both of them use money to not deal with the problems in the relationship. So she uses money to go on these therapeutic retreats, and he uses money to, I don't know, like go out to eat, go out to drink, to show off. Like he has this Leo energy, like show off, be romantic, be cared for, and to not really deal with their actual problems. Okay, so we want to know, why did he cheat on and leave his other wives? I think I may have answered this in a previous video, but why does Steve Harvey cheat on and leave his other wives? Okay, so for the first wife, there was a lot of fighting. They did not get along with each other, and she was clinging on to him more. The more success that he got, the more aggressively she would cling to him, and he eventually got tired of the relationship, and he was tired of arguing with her because she would always she was trying to figure out, are you cheating on me? Are you cheating on me? In Beyonce's words, are you cheating on me? And he was cheating on her, and he did it because these women were more attractive. He was never really committed to the marriage. He's like, if I would have committed to her, if I was still in Bumblefuck, Mississippi, Booty Hole, Alabama, nowhere, Louisiana, or the South Side of Chicago, yeah, I mean, we would still be together. We would tithe with each other and do Bible study, but he met more beautiful women. Okay, so for the second wife, y'all know something? This is Marjorie here. This is Marjorie. This is Steve. This is some guy that Marjorie was in a relationship with. Okay, Marjorie was let go by this guy. He stopped dealing with her. He felt like, I don't know if he felt like she was a scammer per se, but that was too, she was too materialistic for him and not devoted enough. Like, she was not loyal. She was loyal to the money and not loyal to him. And I'm saying that Steve saw her, felt that she was bad, and he was like, I've got to get with her. He felt like this was his soulmate when he met her, and he liked the fact that she was very stylish. He felt like it was love at first sight. She was single, a single mother. He felt like he had to step in to be a father to her kids. And yeah, that's how I see it. I hope that makes sense, everybody. Okay, let's see. Does Steve Harvey whoop his kids' asses? Whoops. Does Steve Harvey whoop his kids' asses? If Marjorie has children, which I'm assuming that she would, that aren't by Steve, he doesn't whoop their asses. But let's see, what about his children? His children don't really like him like that. They appreciate him for his celebrity, but they don't really like him like that. They feel like their dad is an asshole, and he did whoop their asses like that. He was definitely a more difficult parent on the children that were not biologically his than those that are biologically his. Let's say that. And yeah, he did. I mean, his kids talked back to him a lot because they didn't agree with everything that he said, and Steve Harvey thought that he was right, and also because Steve Harvey had such a large audience, he felt like his children were sometimes trying to be contrarians. Okay, so let's see. The last question that we're going to ask is, let's see. Does Marjorie really love Steve? Does Marjorie really love Steve? She does. She does really love him. She deeply cares about him. She's grown to care about him. That's her best friend. She's endured his cynicism. She's endured him ignoring her at times, and just she's grown to have a deep affection for him. She does love him, and she feels like her position is secure. She promised. She's always telling him things are gonna get better. I promise. I'm gonna work this out. I'm gonna fix it. She don't fix nothing, but things end up working out because the universe makes it so. And then when things are good between them, they say that they're in a God ordained marriage. But baby, when things are bad between them, she has to leave him alone. He will come at her. She will stay. He will argue with her, and he can get aggravated very easily. She will choose to ignore it. But as of right now, Marjorie's pretty comfortable with the way that things are. She's a little bit worried, only because Steve is worried about where his money is going to be coming from in the future. All right. I hope that makes sense to y'all. Okay. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning into the reading produced by Black Spectrum Network. Hit the, click the bell button and hit the subscribe button to get the latest updates on this channel. You can purchase a private psychic reading by going to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. If you want spiritual guidance to learn how to work with your ancestors, or if you're interested in deepening your spiritual experiences, then subscribe to our Patreon. You can get these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. That's patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. Before I go, I leave you with these words of wisdom from the rapper Dreezy. Gave mercy to these hoes. What would Jesus do? I'm your reader, Nexo, and remember, the truth is always collaborative.
So fuel my fire, take me higher, I'll be your liar too. Cause when we're here, there's nothing better than the skyline view. Ooh. skyline view. Ooh.